How are we doing, guys? Moose here, back for episode number 52 of our West Ham United career mode. Thank you so much for all the support on the last couple episodes. 51 got a ton of likes, and I really appreciate it. So bang the like button on this one if you are as excited as I am for matches against Crystal Palace and Arsenal in this episode. We're taking on Crystal Palace first, away from home, as we are trying to run down Chelsea. It's going to be incredibly tough, but if we look at the table, you can see we're 4 points behind them with 8 matches to go. So can we do it? That's really what we need to see. We're going to play against a Crystal Palace team that's just barely out of the relegation places, so they need a win. But we've got that man, Alexander Lacazette, leading the line for us, 5 goals in 7 Premier League appearances, so we're hoping he can continue to score goals against a solid Crystal Palace team. Zaha, Balassi, Cabai, Connor Wickham, who we'll know from previous years in career mode. Some really good players offensively, so definitely we're going to have to watch out for them. Hopefully we can crack their defense, no doubt about it. But the lineup we will be running out is just as fearsome. Way more, actually. Lacazette up front, Dybala sitting just behind Teo, and Mikel Antonio on the wings, Noble and Chiate in holding midfield. Medine starts at left back for Aaron Cresswell, who's not fully fit for this matchup, and Iorfa comes in at right back for Van der Veer. But Antonio lays off the Dybala here very early on, strikes it from range, but it's just simply into the hands of Julian Speroni, who's going to need to have a big match for Crystal Palace if they want to stay into it. But Noble flicks on Dogbon, a great header, and it comes off the crossbar, and then the second follow-up by Winston Reid is just missed completely, and we do have Mikel Antonio forced to go off very early on with an injury, which means we're going to bring on Gabriel, the loanee from Santos, the striker-winger combo player, to see what he can do and if he can make an impact and really convince us. I said that he's going to need to convince us what he can do to stay in this club. So if he can do that, that would be absolutely fantastic. Butland with a good throw to Dybala after a really early Crystal Palace chance. It allows Chiate to range forward. He plays a fantastic ball out wide to Gabriel, takes it down, decides to take on Suarez with a lovely little pass into Lacazette. Fantastic 1-2 as we come down the other way. Gabriel, could this lead into a goal? He dances inside the defense, does very well, beating 2 men, strikes it to goal, and it's straight into the arms of Julian Speroni. Unfortunately, we can't score. Lacazette with a great chance as he's played through and comes off the underside of the crossbar, but unfortunately he was just offside, and so of course that chance will not count regardless. Another chance as we are piling on the pressure. Later on, Gabriel dances inside of one defender, does really well, holds off another, flicks the ball in towards Lacazette, and unfortunately that cross is cut, but Gabriel looking very incisive on that right-hand side. Lacazette, after a good tackle from Chiate, wins the ball, dances past 2 Crystal Palace defenders. Can he strike it with his left foot? It's taken a pair of deflections, and it's in the back of the net. Alexander Lacazette, as we take a 1-0 advantage in the 42nd minute. It comes off the leg of Scott Dan, then Speroni's arm, and it's into the back of the net. I think it was going in regardless if Dan doesn't get a piece of it. So the fact that it takes a touch on him just really throws Speroni for an absolute loop. It comes off his arm, and Lacazette, we talked about him as the man to watch at the start of this matchup, does his absolute best to beat the Crystal Palace defense, beat the goalkeeper Speroni, and give us that 1-0 advantage. The Frenchman is on fire. Fantastic goal from Lacazette, and it's a 1-0 advantage, his 6th in the Premier League. Into the 50th minute now. Iorfa does really well to win the ball, and Gabriel could start a counterattack for us as he picks it up, dances inside of Yannick Balassi, does really well, shows some excellent composure, and then just passes the ball out wide to Angelo Ogboni. Lets it go to Medine now. Medine trying to range forward here on the left-hand side. Nice through ball into Paulo Dybala. Sees Lacazette in plenty of space. Gabriel making a run on the backside. Lacazette over the top. Gabriel, if he can finish it. Gabriel! What a goal by the on-loan attacker. It's a fantastic play. He starts the counter-attacking move, follows his run the whole way up the pitch. You can see him at the bottom of your screen, following the play the whole way up. Fantastic first touch, and that is a cultured finish with the left foot from the striker. The loanee with a fantastic goal. Lovely loanee score. Fantastic goal from Gabriel Barbosa. Takes the ball down, no doubt about it. After he strikes it, it's in the back end, and that first touch was a thing of beauty. You should put that on your refrigerator and commemorate it. It was that nice. So it's 2-0, and just like that, we're continuing to dominate the match. Lacazette nearly makes it 3-0. fortuitous deflection puts the ball on his feet, but he's not able to beat Speroni. Crystal Palace now with their first real chance of the entire match as Balassi wants to dance inside of Iorfe. He lays it back to Connor Wickham into MacArthur, whose shot is simply saved right into the hands of Jack Butland. But Christian Teo does really well dance side defense. And should this be a penalty, let me know. Does he get the ball? Does he go through the back of Teo anyways? Should that have been a penalty? West Ham possibly with penalty shouts, but unfortunately the ref doesn't give it. Dybala minutes later with a really good chance as he beats Speroni, but he's not able to squeak it inside that right post. And unfortunately things stay as they stand 2-0. But Lacazette nearly with an identical pass to Gabriel over the top yet again. He runs onto it. Can he beat Speroni a second time? No, he can't. It's a good save by the Argentine keeper, and things stay as they stand. Crystal Palace now with a chance here as Sacco comes the other way. One final roll of the dice from him, strikes it straight down the throat of Jack Butland, and he tips the ball with good strong hands over the post, and that would be it. A 2-0 victory, comprehensive, dominated from start to finish, and that cultured finish from Gabriel and Lacazette with another goal does give us the victory. For me, man, the match had to be Gabriel. He came on as a substitute for Antonio and made the difference. We dominated the match as soon as he came on, and he played unbelievably. 8.4 from FIFA. 2 Moose in my hammer points to our highest rated outfield player, Mark Noble, who I thought was very, very solid as he has been the entire season in the center of the park. And 1 Moose Mighty Hammer point to Alexander Lacazette, of course, the striker who scored as well. Is all around a fantastic performance. I think every player on our team except for Teo and the guys we substituted off played above an 8, which is unbelievable. So it was a fantastic performance. We do have Winston Reed picking up a 3-week sprained ankle, so unfortunately he will be out of the lineup, which means we'll see a bit more Reece Oxford, and Antonio will be out with a bruised leg for 2 weeks. So we will be missing a couple of guys who've been, pretty much regulars in our first team, but it means we'll have an international break, so hopefully they will be at least close to fully fit before we do return. Of course, I did take the USA management job. If you saw a few episodes back, we're not going to play any matches with the USA until we get to the World Cup, which will be at the end of season 3. So we're not going to worry about that right now, but we do have that job, so you guys know. So I wanted to show you guys the matches. We then have a youth player comes to us. Alex Mbulu says he wants out of the youth academy if he doesn't get signed to a first team deal, and he is our 3rd choice goalkeeper, so I figure we'll sign him up to a youth contract. We'll put him in the under 21s, and we'll at least let him get a taste of West Ham football as opposed to just sitting in the youth squad. So we do give him his professional contract, £500 a week for a 3-year deal is at least what we're going to offer him. We hope he comes back and says, I'll accept the deal, boss, and get into the under 21s. So see what he can do. Speaking of goalkeepers, though, Jackie Butland progresses up to 80 overall, so he is in the 80s. Our starting lineup is almost completely 80 and up right now, which is fantastic. And Reece Oxford says he's in good form. He wants to be in the lineup in the next match against Liverpool. And I'm not sure if I said Arsenal at the beginning of the episode. Completely wrong there. We're playing Liverpool, so cut that out. Editor, can we cut that out? Nope, you're gonna leave it in. All right then. But we are taking on Liverpool, and Reece Oxford is going to be in the starting lineup for us. He wants an opportunity to show what he can do, and with Winston Reed out, it's the perfect time for him to get that opportunity against a really tough Liverpool squad away at Anfield, which is always a really house of horrors for West Ham. And Liverpool, they're fighting to finish in the top 5. They can finish 5th. It'll be tough for them to catch United and get into those Champions League positions, but we're trying to catch Chelsea, and you can see we're hoping to continue that off the back of our defensive record. We're the best defensive team in the Premier League, and that's definitely thanks to Jack Butland. He's been fantastic. But Liverpool, look at their lineup. Nainggolan, Musa Sissoko, who we know they brought in from Newcastle in this past January, Benteke Sturridge. So a really solid attacking lineup. Firmino off the bench possibly can come on and make an impact as well. A really, really solid team. For us, though, Butland leading out the team. Van der Wiel, Ogbonna, Oxford, Cresswell across the back line. Kiyate and Noble, Teo, Payet will come back in for the injured Mikel Antonio, and then Dybala and, of course, Lacazette leading our line up top. So we'll see if they can cause a breakthrough. But Teo, who's been really, really solid since he's been inserted into the starting lineup on that right-hand side, really making a name for himself, dances inside with a couple of lovely skill moves, but unfortunately Payet isn't able to snip his nose in there and touch the ball past the Liverpool players and get a chance off. But Sissoko, now coming the other way for Liverpool, decides to shoot from a tight angle, and Butland has his near post covered very well, so the former Newcastle midfielder is not able to beat our goalkeeper, the former Stoke goalkeeper. But corner from Payet in 36 minutes, whipped in very well, and Dejan Lovren saves Simon Mignolet's bacon, able to clear that off the line with a really good block. Liverpool, though, a chance coming the other way. Nainggolan's taken down, and Ogbonna, he's taken him out. He's pretty far away from goal, but I think the referee is going to give the red card for a last man foul on Angelo Ogbonna, and so West Ham will be man down for the remainder of this contest. 50 minutes still to play, an entire half, and they're going to have to fight off an oncoming Liverpool side that's seen Nainggolan with 2 really good chances on goal. Kouyate's going to have to slot back into midfield. He's going to, into defense for West Ham. Payet's going to drop a bit deeper to almost settle alongside Mark Noble, and then we'll have Dybala push out to the wing, move from his center attacking midfield spot to see what he can do for us. But Liverpool now with Sakho here. West Ham have held on for about 20 minutes. Liverpool, though, with Nainggolan on the ball. He dances inside, plays it to Sturridge. First shot saved by Butler. Nainggolan follows it up. He was left onside by Reece Oxford, unfortunately, and the former Roma midfielder, the Belgian, puts the ball in the back of the net. Fantastic finish. He makes no mistake about it. You're not going to miss from there. And Liverpool do finally make West Ham pay for that earlier red card. Take advantage of the fact that they are man up and they take a 1-0 lead. But West Ham not to be outdone. They're getting dominated. 10-4 shots for Liverpool right now. But Lacazette gets one back with a good opportunity. But Mignolet stands his ground, makes a good save. Firmino, late substitute now for Liverpool's come on. Plays into Daryl Sturridge. And Reece Oxford making up for his earlier miscue with a fantastic sliding tackle to keep out Daniel Sturridge and start to counterattack the other way. That sees Dimitri Payet whip the ball out wide to Christian Teo, who's going to use his pace to try and dance around the elder statesman Jose Enrique. But he makes a really good tackle and plays it back to Mignolet, who plays the ball in. He plays it short. It's won away by Teo. He's done very well. Lacazette, he scored the equalizer. West Ham United have found new life, and the 10-man Hammers have leveled things here at Anfield. Mignolet can't believe it. Why he played short, we'll have no idea. But Sakho then sat on the ball for far too long. It's given away to Teo, who was ruthless in winning the ball back. Plays it across the face of Lacazette, and it's 7th goal in, I think that's 9 appearances in the Premier League. He is in hot form, and thankfully for West Ham, they found a leveler late in the contest that could be a huge point in the swing of the title race later on, possibly. Really good chance, though, as Payet whipped the ball, and Van der Veer, I believe it was, on the header, who was able to put it towards goal, or Goretzka maybe, I'm not sure who it even was, but Mignolet was forced into a really good save, and Dybala with one final chance, he skips past 3 defenders, whips it in, and he can't pick out a man at the back post, and the final chance for West Ham goes awry, and it finishes in a 1-1 draw, but that has to be considered a 0.1 for West Ham United to come from behind there. Man of the match for me, Gregory Van der Veer, fantastic performance for him, did very well in defense. 2 points for Reece Oxford, who in spite of playing Nainggolan onside was unbelievable, made a huge tackle for us, and 1 point for Christian Teo, who does get the assist on the equalizing goal from Lacazette. Overall, though, huge win. So be sure to leave a like on this episode if you did enjoy it. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, and as always, thanks so much for watching, guys. We'll see you next episode. Take care. Bye-bye.
Like we always do with this time. I got to shine.